There's not many of us.
Okay. Why is that?
We're just going to the light because there's some we can't help. So instead of dying, they're choosing to leave because we can't help them. So we gotta leave.
And how do you leave?
We put our hands on it, on the crystal thing. Our energy goes through to the light, so it sort of just transports and gets sucked away. But then we leave behind our bodies, and they think they win.
The dark ones?
Yeah. But we really just go back to the collective light and love. Because of all the death, there's some we can't help.
So are you saying that the darkness was increasing and you had to leave?
We had to leave.
Okay.
Wasn't increasing. They were just getting darker. And they were starting to hurt others.
So as the darkness increases, the wanting to hurt others increases?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at first, the darkness doesn't cause that?
Their killing was getting more powerful. Like their tools of killing were getting more powerful. So it wouldn't be long before they just killed us. They were like shooting energy and killing things. Like flames of energy.
And what do those
Like
look
they made them happy to kill.
Right.
Like they were shooting energy balls, waves of energy. They were killing things with waves of energy. And they were killing the fish, which was killing the food, which was then killing the other fish. And the sharks and the dolphins and the whales live on the fish, so they were dying.
Well, what did these dark things eat?
The darkness.
Okay.
They live off the dark. They grow off the dark. Like, I don't know, because we don't go over there. Because it's dangerous, so we don't go. So I don't know, but I know they're sending waves of energy and they're killing our creatures, our energy, our love, our dolphins, our whales,
Can you see these waves of energy? What do they look like?
They're like, they shoot through the water. They're energy waves. They hurt my head.
Oh, when you get near them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we try to go away from them because they hurt my ears. They hurt.
Okay.
Like, they make my head hurt. They make my crown hurt. They dim my lights.
So this is like a negative energy to your positive energy?
Yeah,
It's trying to pull it away from you?
No, they just shoot to shoot it dead.
Oh.
Like, it's not light. It could be sound frequency. Because it hurts. It gives me. It's like a sound in my head.
Okay.
And they want to end me. Because when they end me, we all end.
And then the darkness can
Yeah.
consume. Okay. So this important moment is when you're going to touch the crystal and leave?
No, I'm going to go.
Okay. And there's very few of you left? You're all touching the crystal and leaving?
Yeah, and I have to leave.
Okay.
The dolphins, and I have to leave everything I created.
Okay.
I helped create all this. And I had to help create all this love. And they're taking all the love and dimming it. And we have to leave before they end all of us. And we can't come back. So we have to leave and go back.
So,
because if they end us, we can't come back.
why is that?
Because we're the creators of the love. We create all this love.
And how can they end you so you can't come back?
If they end us, we won't come back and it'll just stay dark.
So you're saying if you go into this crystal, you have the opportunity to come back?
Yes, we can come back and help again.
Okay.
But we have to leave before they end us.
Because of whatever they're shooting at you?
It will end us for good.
Okay. Does it make you them or just
No,
end
it just ends us.
Okay.
It puts out the light. Like, just shuts the light off. It just shuts it down. That light in us, it just shuts it. And we can't create the light once more that once it's shut.
Okay.
And we have to go. Because if they shut me, we can't come back. That's it.
Okay.
The love will be gone.
So let's move forward just a bit. You've touched the crystal and you moved through. Mm-hmm. And now you're on the other side of the crystal. What's that like?
It's just bright light. It's I'm going through and it's dark. Then once you come out, it turns bright and love. And it's like everything is love. Everything is just everything.
Do you feel like there's others there with you?
I know there is.
Okay.
We're just all one. We're all in this big, huge, knowing, flowing, all intertwined of energy where we just flow in one another and out one another. We just know everything. It's just all knowing. We all are. We are.
The collective.
Yeah.
Okay, so ask them, while you're in this collective, what would have happened if this wave thing had hit you while you were still embodied? What would have happened?
We would have had to start over from the very beginning instead of all knowing. Instead of coming back in a group of love, we would have to start with one particle of love.
So you're saying that your energetic level would have been reduced? You would have had to start again?
We would have had to start from the very beginning flake of light, of love, and regrown and regrown and regrown and regrown until we reformed to what we were, of a group of love, of a collective love.
So you would have to ascend through the densities from a single photon.
Yeah.
Okay.
To come back up to the love that we were. We had to leave so we can come back together as a group to reconnect and find each other, to help each other regrow the love that we need to grow and glow.
As a collective.
A collective. Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so now that you're in the collective, what happens next?
We'll come back. We'll be back. We have to wait for the right time when everyone's ready to grow together and come up with the knowledge, with all the love that they learn together by breaking all the walls down. That's why we have all these groups going through major, hard, life-changing things, because if they didn't go through this, that wall would never break down. They wouldn't be able to find that love and connect to us to grow the light. So we have to break that wall down. And the only way to break is to do horrendous, horrible things, because it all comes down to that particle of love to grow again. And they find each other because they know that they get connected to that glow that they see. And that's the rainbows, the lights coming up that we see, that some don't see, but they feel it. But they're reconnecting to the top thing where all these lights are coming down from.
Okay. And is that where we are right now?
Yeah.
Are we near the end?
No, we're near the beginning.
Okay.
The beginning of the glowing love, the growing. There's the dark again, the denseness, but this time we have more.
More light?
We have more light. We have more love. It's not light, it's love. It's light love. Love light.
Okay, so you're saying that right now where we are on Earth, we're at the beginning of this collective?
The collective, where we're growing, and pretty soon that light is just going to overtake everything and grow together.
Okay. How much longer do we have to wait for that?
Not much.
Okay.
We're almost there.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, we don't know time. But maybe years? A couple years? Could be less. 6 months, a couple years. But all this death is opening up people. All the dying, all the mammals dying, the fish, the people, the suicides. Suicides they can't handle what's going on. They have to go and reconnect to the light.
Mm-hmm.
They still have some of that dense, and it was too hard for them to understand. So they have to go reconnect to the conscious to relearn.
And they'll come back in a different...
They're going to come back, yeah.
In a different construct?
Yeah.
Okay. And are we at a point where this construct is going to split in two?
I think it already is. It's starting.
That's right.
It's like a crack.
That's right.
I see the crack up above. It's like a split.
Mm-hmm.
Working its way. But we're trying to separate and pull what we can from over here and help them see that they do have that light and love, because they were in this dense stuff. But then there's the some that they have the falseness, that they portrayed themselves, and they're slowly cracking too and going back to where they need to go. So this separation is, you got the...
Right. Those that are ready are going.
They're separating like a... That's how it's going to buzz. It's going to go up and down, and...
Right.
It's two bubbles.
And
still be connected.
Right.
This fine line that connects us.
Right.
But we will no longer suck off and get pulled in.
That's right.
To the dark and the light over here.
And the ones that aren't ready, when they do become ready in the other construct, we'll use that little thread to get to the...
We'll help pull them through.
That's right. And then in their next incarnation, they'll be in the other construct?
They'll be there, yeah. And there's some that just like this. They like it. They like the fighting. They like the ego. And that's what separated us before. under the water. They liked the killing. They liked all that. But they were killing us too, because we were trying to help them.
Right.
This time we know we can't help. We can only separate.
Right.
And just send them love, but we can't heal. We can't fix that denseness until they are ready to not be dense.
Well, look inside the deeper collective. Isn't there something that's going to help the denseness? It's going to come from somewhere else?
I think it's from us. But I'm not sure. Because I think we're part of it, and we send the healing and the love. There's not many. You know, it started bigger, but there's not that many. But they'll get there. They'll get there. But we had to separate because, and not separate, we had to
split the construct.
Divide.
Yep.
And stretch away.
Right.
So they're still learning. They're still younger.
Yep. And they have forever.
Yeah.
There's no
they're
time.
Good, yeah. They're all good.
Okay.
They just don't get it yet.
Okay.
But that's what needs to happen, because there's some that are trying to come this way and they keep hurting them. You know, they keep hurting them just like they did down here.
With the whales?
With the whales.
Yeah.
The whales tried to come, so they killed them. You know, we have those are the ones that are slaughtering the whales now. And they don't get it. They don't get it that they're just trying to keep them down. They don't like seeing the ones turn to light. So they slaughter them. And they see it as fun.
But ultimately...
But the souls leave before they slaughter.
Ultimately,
so
it doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, okay. So while you're in this collective, is there anything else they'd like to share with you?
We got this.
We got what?
We got this. You have to listen up here.
Your crown chakra and heart chakra?
They're connected. They're one.
Yep.
They're not separate. They're together.
Okay.
And the dense ones, that's how they create the fear. They create more and more fear.
That's right.
To keep them stuck.
Right.
But if we can break that wall by letting them feel this was all done for love, not for fear, not to hurt, not to harm, then that will release them. When they finally break down, instead of anger and fear and killing and all of those things, they can turn it into love and break open the heart walls and come to the other side, instead of living that fear and density that they create amongst themselves, because they feed the density, they feed the fear. The more they feed it, the more they grow, the thicker that wall, that shield grows. And that's the shield that we're trying to help them break, to see that they don't have to live in the past, because they are part of the ones that were in the dense bubble.
Okay, but looking at the energetics of it from the collective, you can see that the denseness is fading.
It is fading.
Yeah.
Because we're able to pull one by one.
That's
and
right.
Their light is coming out and pulling one by one.
That's right. And as
so
the
it's
light...
creating that grid. And the grid is actually not a grid. It's where they're pulling one and then that lights. And pulling one and that lights. And then pulling one and they're pulling exponentially into their... So you have like this grid and you have all these lights. And they pull one in and then the next one lights.
That's right.
They pull one in and the next one lights. Right. So it's not like we're going out there. We're pulling one in to light them up.
Okay. So in that lifetime, you talked about the dark bubbles and the light bubbles. Can you provide some context into what was occurring there for her, please?
The light bubbles are the groups of light consciousness all coming together, where our bubbles are growing and they're multiplying. They're multiplying and multiplying so they can become larger bubbles of consciousness together. And she is just one of the groups of consciousness that will expand and grow. All these bubbles will expand and grow together. The dark ones will dissipate, just like they always do.
Okay. So the dark ones are going away in this construct?
You will not see them, you will not recognize them, you will not notice them, because they will not matter.
Because our energy is too high?
Exactly.
Okay. And they'll stay in the remaining construct?
They'll try to fight, but they will still stay there.
Okay. Okay. The crystals that she was using to gain knowledge and transfer consciousness, can you help her understand those a little better?
That's why she feels at home when she holds the crystals, Lumerian. That's why the dolphins come to her, because they feel like Lumerian is home. Lumerian is her connection to the past, which is the connection to the future, which is the connection to everything.